Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and good morning. This is late baseball, the late show, and we are presenting the 1985 Yankees using Status Pro, the classic game. I bought this classic game. I got the '85 season, and there's a reason I picked the '85 season. I'll tell you the story in a second. But I find that it comes with every player. I haven't run into a situation where I haven't had a player yet. So I think I hit the mother lode here, treasure trove of tabletop gaming, because I think I paid $30 for this whole set, and it's got every player, it's got the whole board, it's got the whole classic everything. It's beautiful. I love Status Pro. It's a lot of fun. It's card activated, which is a little bit different than the dice. It was a different feel, There's just how can I say, what's the word? It's a kind of franticness about it. I don't even know if that's a word, but there's a craziness about the dice, shaking and the moving and the rolling and all that stuff. Whereas the cards are very cool, calm, and collected, and very serene, and it's a different approach to what we do to our hobby. And I'll tell you real quick about '85. Let's get the crowd excited here. We want the crowd excited. Um, right about to start in a couple minutes. It's the Yankees versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore is visiting New York, so we're in the Bronx, 162nd Street, the Bronx at Old Yankee Stadium. Yankees have Henderson and Griffey and Mattingly and Winfield and Baylor and Randolph. And it's going to be the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. Going to be Lee Lacy in right field, Jim Dwyer in left, Cal Ripken, the shortstop, Eddie Murray, the first baseman, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Freddie Lynn, the center fielder. Batting sixth is Sheets, the DH. Wayne Gross, the third baseman, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Rick Dempsey, the ex-Yankee. Rich Dower batting ninth, the second baseman. I'll tell you the quick story about. So '85, I was traveling abroad. I met my wife at the time, and I came back to the States, and we had our first child, and it was late in, I believe it was November, and I got the itch to roll some dice. And the only time I could roll was late at night. So I ordered a set of APA from Lancaster in Pennsylvania. It came, and I had the '85 season. And I remember playing, but very vaguely do I remember playing, because I had to play late at night. I was in college, I was working, I had a daughter, and so on, and everything was happening very fast. And I remember playing a few games at night, but falling asleep while doing it. And I wasn't sure whether I would play a season replay or whether I would play the league. And to play out the whole season, it was impossible for me to keep the stats. I had to study and I had homework. So it was something I couldn't do. So now, and 25 years, 30 years later, I decided, I'm going to do what I couldn't do then and just take my time with it and enjoy 1985. So that's the story about how I got into why. And you know that every single season that I replay has a personalized story. That's what drives me to play these seasons. There's something about the season, whether it has to do with my life, whether it has to do with a player I liked, whether it has to do with something I was doing at the time, but there's some sort of connection or to why I play a particular season, why I replay a season, and why I decide to replay a season. So anyway, we're going to get started. We're going to pull fast action cards. I went through the lineup. It's Baltimore at New York. It's Dennis Martinez is going to be on the mound for the Orioles, and he is a stud. He's got a endurance of 17, whereas Joe Cowley, definitely not a stud, and he's got an endurance of 14. We'll see if he can get through a few innings. And there's no splits in this set that I picked up. I really don't care. I'm just having a blast playing with these players. And let's get started. I'm going to be keeping score to my right. I'm going to slide this over just a little bit so you can see the whole thing happening. And I will be coloring in. I do that. Mr. Molly, how are you, sir? Digi Dugout is a godsend, my friend. I used it today, and I am baffled, I am perplexed, sir, as to how they got all that data for every game, for every season, every actual line into those score sheets. It was that data. Did they have to input all that data? I don't understand. Or did it attach to something? Did they just download all the years into an algorithm of some sort of program that spit all that out? That's just mind bending to me. How they could do that so fast, or have they been working on it for the past 100 years? That's another question. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a neophyte when it comes to must be witchcraft. All right. All right, let's start here. Joe Cowley is what's going on? Joe Cowley is facing Lee Lacy. There's no batting average on these Status Pro cards, so I don't know what the heck is going on with them. Whatever it is, it is. It's an 11, and it's going to be off Lacy's card, and it's an 83. That's going to be an out. An RN doesn't mean he's a registered nurse. Means he's a right-handed, I guess, neutral hitter, I think it means. It's a fly ball center field. Center fielder is Ricky Henderson, and left is Griffey, and in right is Winfield. Mattingly is at first. Randolph is second. Pagliarulo at third. Meacham is at short. Pitcher's Cowley. Catcher is Ron Hasse. All right, it's a PB6, so that's going to take us to Cowley. 44 is ball 4. So Jim Dwyer, he walks. Now, the one thing about the, let me tell you, this one is, I printed it out from Replay. The boxes are really small. So I am going to talk to them. The boxes are really small. I really like the Digi Dugout box scores or scorecards better, because the boxes are super small, because they leave a lot of space here to put all these kind of stats in. And I don't need the stats because Replay does the stats for me. So why would you put, if this is being printed out by the Replay game, why would you waste all this space with the stats when the Replay game is keeping the stats? Because you're going to input this into the Replay game, into the Replay PC game. I don't understand. Anyway, it's going to be Cal Ripken. Here is so we have to reduce, what's his name, by 1. It's a 7. This is again off Cowley. A random 11, and that is a little nubber to in the hole there between the pitcher and the third baseman, and everybody's going to be safe. It's going to be a single. So that's a righty versus a righty. And an 11. Oh, wait, it's a strikeout. It's a strikeout. All right. That's 2 outs. 1, 2. Oh, I just bought 12 of these pens, and I hate them already. They write it's supposed to be fine point. Let me show you. Don't get these. It says precision writing. It says ink microfine, but it's not microfine at all. It's writing huge. That's not helping me. All right. Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray's a switch hitter. I remember him. He's got power. He's got it all. Does it all, this guy. All right, so 2 outs. So 3, that's going to be off Cowley. Cowley 62, and that's an out. SP fly ball center field. That is Henderson. Runs it down, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. Ricky Henderson versus Dennis Martinez. That's a 5. That's off Dennis. 71's an out. RP is a fly ball deep center field. On the run is the center fielder for the Orioles, Lynn. Chases it down. So Henderson gave it a ride. It's a 3. It's off Dennis Martinez. And an 11, a righty versus, nope, he's a lefty, so that's going to be a base hit. Infield single. So Griffey's on first. Now it's Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. It's an 11 is going to be off Don Mattingly. 82 is an out, LP. LP is a fly ball right field. And Lee Lacy is there for the out. 2 down. It's going to be a PB6, which is off Martinez, and it's a 26, and that's strike 3, and it blows one by Dave Winfield for the 3rd out. And it's no runs, 1 hit. We go to the top of the 2nd. 1, 2, 3. All right, Joe Cowley against Freddie Lynn. That's a 5. So that's going to be off Cowley. A 66, that's an out. Lynn is an LP, not a long play record. An LP, we're going to see if there's an error. There's no error. The LP was a comebacker to Cowley. Feels his position, throws and gets Lynn for out number 1. Larry Sheets, have no idea who he is. That's a 6. That's off Cowley's card, a 43, and that's ball 4. So Cowley seems to have issues with control. That's what I am deducing here. Wayne Gross, 12. So that's off Gross's card, a 74. That's an out. He's an LP, fly ball left field. That's Griffey. Comes over. Got to reduce that by 1 because there was a walk. There's a lot of little things that are kind of clunky in this game that I don't like. I have to adjust. I don't need to use the home pitcher reduction, but you also have to check for errors on singles if they're off the batter card. That's another thing that they should have done away with. There's no need for that. There should be an easier, simpler way of doing that. There's 2 outs. There's a runner on first, and it's Dempsey. Dempsey's at the plate. That's a CD. Clutch defense. Clutch defense player is the left fielder. Left fielder for the Yanks is Griffey, and Griffey's clutch fielding rating is a 1. And we roll a 61. So in left field, a 1, a 61 is no action, just keep rolling. A 6 is off Cowley, 52, and that is an out. An RN, that's chopped to the second baseman, Randolph. And Randolph should field it cleanly. It's 6-10 error, but Randolph is a 1 error, so he'll handle that with no problem. I'm going to do a 4-3 to retire the side. So it's 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits. They leave 1 to walk, and we go bottom of the 2nd. So bottom of the 2nd is to bring up Ron Hassey, the catcher, Don Baylor, one of my favorite players, and Willie Randolph. It's a 7. That's off of Hassey. Hassey 65. That's going to be an out. LP is popped up. Second baseman. Rich Dower is there. Makes the catch. Don Baylor next. And we have to take another card. A 6 is off Martinez, and 88. He's a righty versus a righty. And 88 is an out. What kind of an out? He's RP. RP is popped up. Infield. Shortstop. Ripken. And now we roll. It's going to be off Randolph card, a 46, and that is a hit by pitch. So Randolph gets plunked. Oh, I hate this. I hate this pen. And I got 12 of them now. Damn it. All right. Mike Pagliarulo. Oh, that's going to be, you got to subtract 1 there. Pagliarulo, a 6. That's off of Martinez, a 72. That's going to be an out. LP, that's a ground ball second base. 4-10 is an error. Let's see what Dower is. Rich Dower. Oh, he's right there. At second base, he's a 1. So he's going to field it cleanly. Over to first. 4-3, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits. They leave 1. We go to top of the 3rd. Cowley versus Rich Dower. Here's the pitch. It's off Dower's card. 72, that's an out. RN, comebacker to Cowley, fields his position, throws out Dower. 1-3. 1 up, 1 down. And the lineup turns over. I ordered Pine Tar baseball the other day. Hey there, Alan Shaw. How are you, brother? I ordered Pine Tar Baseball. Pine Tar Baseball has a cool little gimmick or feature. Better, I rather say feature than gimmick. That the third time around the lineup, the pitcher gets a rating, which is kind of cool. So Lee Lacy against Cowley. We roll a 5. That's going to be off Cowley's card. A 24, and that is a strikeout. So Cowley strikes out Lee Lacy. Lee Lacy's now 0 for 2. And Dwyer, who reached on a walk earlier in the game. It's a 9. That's off Dwyer, and a 62. That's going to be an out. LN. Fly ball center field. Henderson's there. 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. We're at the bottom of the third. So this game is moving along the way I like it. I like pitching. I like to keep things low scoring. Bobby Meacham, 7. That's off Meacham's card. A 37. That's going to be a K. Dennis Martinez strikes out Bobby Meacham. 1 out. Ricky Henderson, 1985 Yankees. No score in this game. That's an 8. That's off Henderson. An 18. That's going to be line base hit center field. And Henderson, of course, is always a threat to steal. There he goes. It's blank. So 27. 27 says any runner with SP A or B steals second base. So there goes Henderson. Throw down. Not in time. So Henderson steals second. So we're going to have to reduce there by 1. And we have to roll for an error as well. There's no error on the outfielder on that. All right, so Kenny Griffey. I forgot to do that, so I caught up. So it's 10. It's off Griffey's card. And it's a 37, and that's strike 3. That's the third strikeout for Martinez. 2 outs now with a runner at second base. And it's Don Mattingly. This is a guy that I know Dennis Martinez doesn't want to face. Mattingly's big years were basically from 84 to 87. Those are the years that from 87, from 88, 89, and then he starts having issues with his back. He loses his strength. His power is not the same. He starts missing games. But really, he dominated the league from 84 to 80, 87. I can't remember what his stats were 88 off the top of my head, but I know he had a great year in 87. And he has a great year in 85 as well. All right, so there's 2 outs. Don Mattingly is at the plate. He's a left-handed batter. Ricky Henderson single and stole second, so he's in scoring position. And Dennis Martinez is going to bear down here and see if he can retire Mattingly. Here's the pitch. That's going to be off Martinez. And an 88, a righty versus a lefty. Uh-oh. A righty versus a lefty, 88. Righty versus lefty, 88 is line base hit, but runner is going to advance only 1 base on this. So Henderson stops at third. Well, infield single, we can say, and it doesn't let little number to the third baseman. And Mattingly beats it out. No throw to first. Try to let it go foul, but it was not meant to be. So it's first and third, 2 outs, and it's Dave Winfield. All right. So here's the pitch. Oh, we're going to have to reduce, again, Dennis Martinez by 1. And that's a 10. So that's going to be off Dave Winfield's card. Here's the pitch with 2 outs and 2 men on. It's a 14. That's going to be line base hit. And we're going to check for an error on that before we forget. No error. That's going to score a run. So right fielder. And it's a single. And Mattingly is going to, with 2 outs, that's a single to the left. And Mattingly's going to stop at second. I'm going to make my life easy on this. I could try to go to third, but you know what? I'm not going to do it. So first and second, and we're going to have to reduce that by 2 because a run scores, and plus there's a hit. There was no error on that. Ron Hassey against Dennis Martinez. 2 outs, 2 on, first and second. It's 1-0 Yanks. Here's the pitch. It's going to be clutch batting. Clutch batting is a 0. We roll a 56, and that's going to be nothing there. So we're going to just play it again. A 9 is going to be off Hassey. A 58, that's LP out. LP out is a ground ball to the first baseman. No error. Played by Eddie Murray, and that retires the side. But the Yanks pick up a run on 3 hits. They lead at 1-0. And we go top of the fourth. And you know what that means? That means we must shuffle. Must do the shuffle. It's going to be Cal Ripken, Eddie Murray, and Fred Lynn. That's a pretty good middle of the lineup there. I'm surprised. I'm not sure how they did in the Orioles, how they did in '85. Not too sure. Haven't looked at that. I know the Yankees did not win the division. I think they were third place. Not sure who won the division in '85 in the Eastern Division in the AL. I don't know if you guys know. Alan Shaw is starting work. Okay. That's a good thing, I guess. As long as you don't do it too often. We won't hold that against you, Alan Shaw. Okay? We won't hold that against you. Life is too short to work till you die. I'd rather do without than work till I die. I'd rather roll some dice and ride my bike rather than have a Mercedes and drive a Mercedes around town and go to fancy restaurants. Not interested. All right, so that was a long pause. Sorry. Here goes. We're going to flip that, and it's going to be Cal Ripken versus Joe Cali. 1-0 Yankees in the top of the fourth. That's an 8. That's going to be off Ripken. 83 is an out. What kind of an out? It's an RP that's grounded to the third baseman, Pagliarulo. Pags, long throw to first in time to get Cal Ripken. All right, it's a 3. That's off Cali, and a 38, and that's a walk. Third walk allowed by Cali. This is an issue that Cali has. He walks a lot of guys. That's what I'm seeing. Fred Lynn. And 11. That's off Lynn's card, a 65. LP out. Fly ball right field. Over is Winfield. Squeezes it, and Larry Sheets. That's a 7. That's off Cali, and an 81 is an out. LP, ground ball, first base. Right there is Mattingly. And that retires aside. 3 unassisted. And it's 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits. They leave 1 to walk. We go to Baylor, Randolph, and Pagliarulo. So Baylor, Randolph, and Pagliarulo. 7. It's going to be off Baylor. Baylor with a 47, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. Baylor gets hit by a pitch an awful lot. He's got like 10 numbers to get hit by pitch. Willie Randolph is next. That's a 9. That's off Randolph's card. 54, and that's a ground ball RN. Oh, G3, no error. That's going to be, I believe it's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. A G3 with a runner on first, I believe, is a 3-6-3 unless the batter is A or B. And Randolph may be he is a B, so he's going to beat it out. So it's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice. So Randolph is on at first on the fielder's choice, and he is a C base stealer, so he won't be going. Here's a pitch, Pagliarulo. 11, that's off Pagliarulo. 72, that's an out. LP, that's a ground ball to third baseman. No error on that. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice. Pags is on at first now. And it's Meacham. Meacham with a 7. That's off Meacham's card. 43, and that's strike 3, and that retires aside. So it's no runs, no hits. They leave 1. The hit by pitch. And we go to the top of the 5th. This game is really moving. Reason it's moving, is that I don't remember if did I change that? Let's see, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I did not move it. See that? I forgot. I don't know what I was talking about now. Top of the 5th, Gross, Dempsey, and Dower. Let's go. Wayne Gross with a 4. That's going to be off Cali. 63 is an out. He's LP. That's grounded to Randolph. Fields it cleanly over to first in time. 4-3. Cali, nope. It's off Dempsey. And Dempsey with the 75. That's an RN. That's an out. What kind of an out? It's an F5, right? 75 is, it's an F5. Now we got to roll for the error. There's no error. There's a pop-up to third baseman Pags. And that's going to bring up Dower. Here's the pitch from Cali, 11. That's going to be off Dower. 25 is going to be a little ball 4. So Dower walks. That's the 4th walk allowed by Crowley. And I'm not going to bellyache about it anymore, but he gives up a lot of walks. That's the issue that he has. And there's 2 outs, 1 on. Lee Lacy. Lee Lacy is struck out and flied out. That's a 3. That's off Cali. And a Cali 78. That's an out. RN. And that is a comebacker. And 5-10. Cali is going to boot it. And what kind of an error? What kind of a boot is that? It's an error 1, which I believe is just a 1-base error. So it's E1. First and second now. This extends the inning. Oh, I put the error in the wrong place. So let's make that a 0. So first and second is going to be Jimmy Dwyer. Let's see what happens. 8, that's off Dwyer, and a 23, and that's going to be ripped down the line into the right field corner. After it is Winfield. That's going to score Dower easily. And that's the left fielder. Gets credit for that. And that's going to be a double. Lee Lacy. Let's look at Lee Lacy's speed. He's an OBRB. And right field, he's a 5. So first to home on a double, B to 5 is not going to be very good. First to home on a double to any outfield is going to be a 46. And we're not going to try it. Oh, wait. It's going to be a 46. Yeah. It's 11 to 26. But then there's you add 20 because there's 2 outs. So it'll be to 46. And do we try it? 2 outs. Cal Ripken is next. It's an RBI double. And you know what? Let's try it. Here goes. And here's a throw to the plate and the tag, and he's safe. So Lee Lacy scores all the way from first base on the 2-run double by Jim Dwyer. And that's a left fielder as well. So he gets 2 RBIs here. So that's going to be 1 hit plus 2 runs. Oh, wait, that's the wrong side. 1 hit plus 2 runs. And we go to Cal Ripken, and the Yanks are down 2-1 now. Yes, sirree. All right, Cal Ripken. Here's a pitch. Oh, we didn't check for the error on that. We have to check for the error. There's no error. So here's a pitch. It's a 7, and that's going to be off Cali. Cali 32, and that's strike 3, and that retires the side. So 2 runs on 1. On 1, let's see. On 1 hit and a walk. And we go to the bottom of the 5th now. Ricky Henderson leading off against Dennis Martinez. It's a 9. That's off Martinez. That's off Henderson. Excuse me, 28, and that's going to be 9 base hit center field, and that's going to roll to the wall. Henderson thinking about 3 big turn at second, but changes his mind, goes back to second. That's his 2nd hit. He's 2 for 3, and he's on with a leadoff double. Tying run at second base. Here goes. Let's move him down 1 and check for the error. There's no error. So here goes 5. That's going to be off of Martinez. A 51, and that's an out. LN, and that's a fly ball. Deep right field. Now this may allow with a runner on second, deep fly ball may allow Henderson to tag up and runner to third. So he does tag up on that. So that's good because that puts a runner on third with only 1 out. So it's F9. And now Mattingly. Infield's going to be in. Here's the pitch from Martinez. 6. That's off Martinez. 63. Let's see what kind of an out that is. He's an LP. That's a ground ball to the shortstop with the infield in. It's a G6 with the infield in and no error. G6, infield in. Consult defense option play chart, and that's over here. Defense option play chart. Offense decides whether to send the runner to third or the home. Then defense has the option to either make the play at home. Well, that's why they're playing in, allowing runner on third to score. OBR A, so he's an A. So 11 to 48, he's safe. 51 to 88, he's out. Well, we're playing the infield in, and I'm going to try to get him. Let's see. And he is out at the plate. Oh, my goodness. What a great play by the shortstop. Cal Ripken Jr. makes the right decision and throws out Henderson, 6-2, trying to score. So Mattingly's on with a fielder's choice. Wow, that was exciting. All right, so far 2 card flips have gone the way of the Orioles. The one with the play at the plate, and now the one with the another play at the plate, but this time on defense. Winfield. Here's the pitch. That's a 2. That's going to be Martinez, and an 85 is going to be an out. And what kind of an out? RP, and that's a ground ball second base. Dower. And makes the play easily, and that retires the side. 1 out, 2 out, 3 out. And the Yanks, they fumble an opportunity to score, making the wrong choice and just not having the cards go their way. So it's no runs on 1 hit. We go to top of the 6th. All right, Eddie Murray leading us off. And that's a 9. That's off Murray's card. 76, that's an out. SP, it's a little number in front of the plate. You always get these with Statis Pro. And Hasse fires the first. 1 out. Get a lot of 2-3s in Statis Pro. It's funny. I may start changing one of them to, if I get 1, I'll change the next one to a pop-up. That's a 7. That's off Cali. Cali 73. That's an out. An LP. That's a comebacker to Cali. And 7 to 10. That's an E1 again. Second error by Cali. And that puts Lynn on it first. Jesus Christ. Amazing. And I didn't check for what kind of an error. Hopefully it's just it's a 1. It's a 1-base error. All right, so Sheets is up now. Here's the pitch. That's clutch defense. That's good. Let's see to who. Clutch defense to the second baseman. Second baseman is Randolph, and Randolph is a clutch defense 1. And we roll a 71. It's going to be nothing. Got to roll again. A 10. That's off Larry Sheets. And a 21. That's going to be line base hit right field. And Lynn, we may send Lynn. Let's see what kind of OBR he has. On base running. He's a C. Right field, our guy's a 5, so he's going to hold up. You know, that's Winfield. He's got a cannon out there. First and second, excuse me, with 1 out. So we're going to move that down. 1, we're going to check for the. It was off of the batter car, so we're going to check. No error. All right. So it's Joe Cowley checks the runners. Looks in at Wayne Gross, left-handed batter. He started off with the Oakland A's. By 85, he's with the Baltimore Orioles. That's a Z chart. All right, a crazy Z chart. This is the only game I actually use the Z chart with. And I think it's the yellow one. No, it's not the yellow one. Is it the blue one? Yeah. All right, so we're going to pull a card, a Z chart. It says 25. 25 says April games only. Game called because of rain. Other month. This is another month. Ignore. Okay, so ignore. Nothing happens. That's why I don't do a lot of rare play charts. Why would I set this whole thing up and then have a rain out? All right, Wayne Gross again. We're going to pitch to Wayne Gross. That's a 9. That's off Gross's card. A 46. That's going to be ball 4. That's the 5th walk allowed by Cowley. Bases loaded, infield in for the Yankees. Here's a pitch. That's a 5. That's going to be off Cowley. An 11 And against a righty versus a righty, that may be an out. Righty, and it is. It's a strikeout. Big K for Cali. Blows one by Rick Dempsey, who looks perplexed at the plate. Now it's Rich Dower. Let's see if we can get out of this. A 10, that's going to be off Dower, and a 13 is not going to do it. Unless it is a righty versus a righty, but a 13 is not going to do it. Nope, that's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run. Base hit to left field. We're going to have to pull to see if there's an error. There's no error. Now we're going to see. So that one run scores. 3-1 now. And should we try to score Sheets? Let's try to score Sheets, see what happens. Sheets is, what is his OBR rating, his on-base running rating? Sheets is a C. And this was a hit to left field. Left fielder is Griffey. I think Griffey is like a 3. He is. So second to home on a single to left. Single to left. Second to home. First to third. Second to home on single to any outfield. He's a T3. He's a C. He's a 66. And we roll a 55. He is safe. 2-run single. 2-run single by Dower. And now Gross. Will Gross go to third? Gross is an OBR. Let's see if we can get the guy at third base. Oh, wait. I think he goes to third base. Wait. When 2 men are out secondary advance. When a play is made at the runner who is advancing either home or second, third, so that automatically goes to second base if his OBR is A or B. Okay, so he does not take the extra base automatically. He does not go first to third. Wait, runner's advancing home. When a play is made on a runner who is advancing either home from second or first to third on singles, the batter automatically takes the second base if he is OBR A or B. I'm just going to give him third base anyway. I'm not going to spend all night trying to figure this out. I'm going to give him third base. It's 4 now, 4-1. It's first and third. There's 2 outs. So we're going to have to bring Cali 2 more runs scored and a hit. So Cali is down to his last batter pretty much, Lee Lacy. Here's the pitch. It's a 7. That's off Cali. 44, and that's ball 4, and that's it for Cali. He's done. That's his 6th walk. Holy smokes. He's terrible. All right, so Cali walks another batter, and he's going to get replaced. And I'm going to take a quick peek and see who oh, you know what? I know place. Brian Fisher's going to come in. Brian Fisher's going to come in. He's going to replace, and he is a 6. He's facing Dwyer. What's Dwyer? Dwyer is a lefty. You know what? I'm going to bring in Shirley. Wait, what other lefty do I have here? Let me just bring up. I'm going to bring up because Shirley may start the next game, and I don't want to run the risk. Where is I cannot find. That's funny. I lost my. That's crazy. Okay. I don't see. Huh. Okay, so I can't do anything on this computer for some reason. So let's see who I can bring. You know what? I'm going to Guidry, Micro, Cooper, Rods, Curry. I don't know if he's available. Let me open up another computer, guys. This one opens fast because for some reason I lost my cursor. I don't know what happened to my cursor. It just vanished. It's not on my screen. It's weird. It's never happened to me before. How do you lose a cursor? I must have hit something to lose my cursor. Oh, I see. Wait a second. My cursor. Let me see. I see what I did here. That's it. Okay. I turned it into. Oh, okay. This is a Surface. It's a Surface Pro. Activate Windows settings. All right. So let's go back to where we were. I lost where I was, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see if I get back to where I was. Okay. All right, let's see. The 85 Yankees schedule. Now I'm using the Surface Pro Touch. I'm using the Touch. That's what happened. That's why I lost. And this was a game, I believe it was 65. Game 65. There it is. It's a Sunday game. June 23rd. Oh, no, that's not game 65. Wait a second. It says versus the Tigers. Let me see. Yankees 85 schedule. Should be playing the right team. Yeah, there it is. All right. June 24th. It's game 66. It's a Monday. All right, game 60. Okay, and we're going to just pop this up a little bit here. And who do the Yanks bring in? Brian Fisher. I did all that, and I already knew Brian Fisher. Okay, so Brian Fisher's coming up. Let's go back to my live stream. Hey there, what's up and what's poppin'? Sean says. Also ordered one for my cold snap. She's going to be easier. Playing History Maker Golf. All right, guys. This is good. I have to do a lot of games at this time because I get all the crew from the other side of the pond. All right. Let's see. So Lacey was walked by Crowley. He got replaced by Brian Fisher in the top of the 6th inning. So let's see if Fisher can get Dwyer out. Here goes. That's a 9. That's going to be off of Dwyer's card, and the 75 is going to be an out. LN is a ground ball second base, and Randolph handles it cleanly, and that retires the side. 1 out, 2 outs, 3 outs. But the Orioles pick up 2 runs on 2 hits, an error, and a couple of walks. And they lead it by a score of 4-1. Bottom of the 6th, Ron Hassey against Dennis Martinez. And here's the pitch. It's a 5. That's off Martinez. 15. Hassey's a lefty. Righty versus a lefty. 15. That's a base hit. And so Hassey's on with a single to left. Little ground ball gets through the hole. Don Baylor's next. That's a 2. That's off Martinez. 72. It's an out. He's an RP. RP is a comebacker. And Martinez is going to go turn around with the ball, and he's going to get 1. That's short. So it's a fielder's choice. So Baylor's on at first. And we ran out of cards for whatever reason. Do a quick shuffle. It's not going to take a long one. And after this, I'm probably going to go to lie down and watch, see if I can find a horror film or a baseball game to watch. I watched the 77 World Series Game 6 when Reggie Jackson hits 3 home runs. Hits 1 off Hooten, 1 off Sosa, Elias Sosa, and then finally 1 off the knuckleballer Charlie Huff. What a day that was for him. Wow. But he was always swinging for the fences anyway. All right, Willie Randolph. Here's the pitch. Oh, I don't know if I moved. Did I move that? I believe I did. It's a 7. That's going to be off of Randolph. And a 13 is a righty versus a righty 13, and that's a base hit. off of Randolph, so we're going to check for the error. There's no error, so that's another one. So first and second, Bailey's going to stop at second. We're down by 3, so we're going to play it safe. Here's Pags. That's a 9. That's off Pags. I needed a home run there, and I don't get it. LP. LP is a ground ball to the first baseman. And there's no error, so it's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. And we're going to double check that. G3 with first and second should be a double play. Unless the guy's like a fast runner, and he is not really a fast runner. So, down second, Jesus Christ. First and third. Bases loaded. First and second, G3. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Cal Ripken Jr. Here's a pitch from Brian Fisher. That's a 3. That's off Fisher. 72 is an out. An RP is a ground ball to the shortstop. Meacham. Bobby handles it cleanly over to first. 1 away. Next is Eddie Murray, a 10. That's off Murray's card, a 25, and that's line base hit. That's going to split the outfielders. And Murray hustles around first to throw to second, not in time, so it's a 1-out double for Eddie Murray. He's on at second. Fred Lynn next. And we got to roll for there's no error. Here goes. It's a 12. So that's going to be off Lynn. Here's a pitch. 31. That's a deep drive. Back goes Winfield to track to the wall. Looks up. It's out of here. 2-run shot. Freddie Lynn connects. Drives one. Oh, that's the center fielder. And then we're going to get a home run here with 2 RBIs. That's going to be 1, 2, and then another one. And it's going to be Larry Sheets now. 6-2-1 Orioles. All right, it's a 3. That's going to be off Fisher, 37, and that's a strikeout. So that's a 2nd out. Wayne Gross next. An 8 is off of Fisher, still off Fisher. And he's a lefty versus a righty, and that's going to be a base hit. So Gross is on with a single. And that's it for Fisher. That's it for Fisher. Let's take a look at the next game. Yanks only use 1 pitcher in that game, in this actual game. Let's go to the next night. Let's see Tuesday night's game, and let's see who the Yankees use as a reliever in that game. And Righetti, Fisher and Righetti again. Let's go to the next game. Let's see who the Yankees use. Back in the 80s, they didn't use a lot of relievers, and in the 70s, forget about it. You got to go 20 games to find out. Rich Bordy. Okay, Bordy. And also, I'm noticing that Shirley's been relegated to the bullpen. So Bordy's coming in, Rich Bordy. So that first, it was Fisher. Now is Bordy. Fisher went 1 inning. 5.2. And now it's Bordy. These are terrible, terrible, terrible. I spent $10, $11 on these terrible pens that write very thickly, and it uses, it's like a marker, and the marker kind of bleeds a little bit, so all your letters come out really thick, and that's no good. That's no good for what we do, especially in these little boxes. So that's going to be hard to read later for me when I have to input these stats. So Dempsey's coming up. It's a 2-out single. And Rich Bordy's in there. He's going to be an 8. Hopefully this will be the last pitcher for the Yanks. It is 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Rick Dempsey, here's a pitch. It's a 3. That's off Bordy, and a 63. It's going to be an out. RN. It's a ground ball to short. Easy play for Meacham. Throws him out at first, and that retires the side. 1 out, 2 outs, 3 outs. and that is 2 runs on 3 hits, excuse me, and 6-1 Orioles. All right, Bobby Meacham, bottom of the 7th. Here's a pitch from Dennis Martinez. It's a 9. So that's off Meacham. A 57 is an out. SN is a pop-up. 4-10. Let's see if the catcher drops the ball. Catcher is Dempsey, and he's a 1. So it's a pop-up instead of being a little grounder because it's another grounder. I'll make it a pop-up. Foul out to the catcher. 1 up, 1 down. Ricky Henderson is next. That's an 8. That's going to be off Henderson, a 42, and that's strike 3. 2 outs. Ken Griffey Jr. Griffey Jr.'s, senior. Ken Griffey Sr. He's 1 for 3. All right, here goes. That's a 6. That's off Martinez, 21, and that is low ground ball and through for a base hit. So that's Senior's second hit of the day. I have a feeling that in the late 80s and 90s, his son is going to be a big power hitter for the Seattle Mariners. Don Mattingly. That's a 9. I think you have to move him down 1. That's a 9. So that's off Mattingly, a 64. It's an out LP. That's ground ball to the first baseman. 8-10. First baseman is Eddie Murray. And Murray is a 3. He's going to field that cleanly. And that retires the side. 3 unassisted. That's 1, 2, 3. No runs, 1 hit. We go to top of the 8th. Rich Bordy versus Rich Dower. The battle of the riches. 10. It's off Dower. 73. That's an out. RN is lined and caught by the third baseman. L5. So Pags right there for that line drive. Lee Lacy. 11. That's off Lacy. 38. And that's a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. That's what we need right now. We want to finish this game up 6-1. 5. That's off of Bordy, and a 64. That's an out. Glenn lined and caught by the first base by the pitcher. Comebacker to the pitcher. Self-defense, but makes the catch. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Dave Winfield up versus Dennis Martinez. That's a 5. That's off Martinez. A 52 is an out. He's an RP, and that is a comebacker to Martinez. Feels it cleanly. Throws out Winfield. 1-3. Next is a 4. That's off Martinez. 76. That's an out. Hassey's the batter. That's a ground ball to the first baseman. Murray flips to Martinez covering. 2 out. Again, a 8 is off of Baylor. Baylor with an 88. Righty versus righty. That's going to be an out of some kind. RP. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Bauer feels his position. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 9th. Cal Ripken against Bordy. Here goes. 12. That's off Ripken. A 68 is an out. RP's ground ball to Mattingly. 3 unassisted. 1 up, 1 down. 6 again is off Bordy. 48 is an out. And he's an SP. SP is a ground ball to the shortstop. Meacham. High throw. Nice stretch by Mattingly. And that's 2 outs. And now it's Fred Lynn. A 7 is going to be off Bordy. A 65 is an out. He's an LP. That's a ground ball, third base. Pags. Oh, Pags may boot it. And Pags bobbles the ball and now throws a first, not in time. E5. Is that going to get by the first baseman? Error 2. It may get by the first baseman. Let's see. May end up being a 2-base error. Booted ball, batter safe. Nope. E5. 1-base error. Third Yankee error of the game. 2 by the pitcher, 1 by the third baseman. So Lynn is on at first. Here's the pitch. That's a 4. That's going to be off Bordy. An 84. That's an out. LP. And that is a fly ball center field. Right there is Henderson. Makes the out. No runs, no hits. They leave one the error. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. So Dennis Martinez is trying for a what? How many hits has he allowed? One there. I do this coloring now. I make this into my coloring book now. I've started doing this after I've seen a couple of guys doing it online. And helps me kind of pick out the hits very quickly when I'm doing my totals. All right, so all the hits are in green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So far, he's allowed 8 hits in this game. He's going to pitch to Randolph, Pagliarulo, and Meacham. There is some action in the bullpen. I don't really see who's there and don't really care. That's off Martinez, and the 31 is a ball 4. So Randolph takes a 3-2 pitch outside and hustles on to first base on the walk. All right, that's another one that he loses. And it's a BD. That's going to be clutch batting. Clutch batting for Pags. He's a 0. 46 is going to be out of range, so we're doing it again. A 7 is going to be off Pags, and an 82 is an out. LP, what kind of an out is that? It's a fly ball center field. Over is Lynn. And we got a pinch hitter for Bobby Meacham. Don't do a lot of pinch hitters in the AL, simply because the DH and all that.